This content is sponsored by
MTGOtraders.com! Buy cards online and bots deliver them so quick your brain will explode! Or exchange your draft cards for tickets until you're puking money! The top online one-stop card shop, MTGOtraders.com!
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of MTG Degree. Now we're here playing a modern deck. Now 2 cards were just unbanned in modern, one of them Bloodbraid Elf and the other one Jace the Mind Sculptor. Now I think it's fair to say that I'm a pretty okay Magic player, but I am a terrible MTGO player. And all of the extra triggers and everything in the Jace deck would just be, I don't know, I think we might go to time. So instead, I'm playing the Bloodbraid Elf deck, and this is one that was being thrown around by some pros on Twitter and such. So I figured I'd just snatch it up, since, you know, I'll let the pros deck build and I'll net deck, right? So here's how the deck works. First, you play Bloodbraid Elf. It has Cascade, so then you can cast everything in your deck off of the Cascade. As for the rest of the cards, the card that you want to cascade into very often is Liliana of the Veil, although Kolaghan's Command and Maelstrom Pulse are also great. The great thing about Maelstrom Pulse is that when you cascade into it, it has such a wide variety of things that it can kill. And that's why we're so low on Terminates, because Terminate is very specific, just destroying creatures. So if they don't have a creature to kill, you don't get to cast the spell. All the other spells have that kind of wide-ranging ability where you pretty much could always use them if you cascaded into them, and that's part of what's going on here. As for the mana base, it's very Jund, you know? You even get a little bit of value in this Treetop Village here, and the Raging Ravines, and, you know, I don't know what else to say about this deck. Really, you just play all the best cards in these colors, and ones that are good to cascade into with Bloodbraid Elf. Now, for our sideboard, we've got Thoughtseize for combo stuff. Grim Lavamancer can be pretty good against anything that's running the small creatures, so it can be okay against humans before they go huge. It can be good against all of the small creatures in Affinity and such. Grafdigger's Cage and Heal Spellbomb are great for all the graveyard strategies. Collective Brutality is amazing against Burn, truly ridiculous. Ancient Grudge, Lantern Control, and of course Affinity. Fulminator Mage, anyone who's doing something fancy with their lands, especially Tron, which has been doing really well recently. In fact, if I had instead just copied this list, made it myself, I might have even considered a 4th one of these, because Green Tron's doing pretty darn strong. Kolaghan's Command is in here because I was supposed to have an extra Liliana the Last Hope in here, but instead we got the Kolaghan's Command because Liliana the Last Hope is super expensive right now, and so she's in short supply. Wasn't really able to get a bunch of them. Kitchen Finks is just good against Burn and just being an annoying creature. Alright, I don't think there's too much more to say about Jund, so let's jump into some matches. Okay, welcome to our first game of Modern. Before we start, I'd like to say thank you for watching. Thank you to MTGOtraders.com for giving me this nice deck, and I would also like to say that I would like you guys to tell me what sort of things you would like to watch on MTGO. So, would you like to see another Modern deck? If so, which deck? Would you like to see Limited? Would you like to see a draft of Rivals of Ixalan? I would be very interested. I'd even play Legacy, even though I am not an expert. And yeah, just let me know in the comments about that. This is MTGO, so I'm probably going to make some mistakes today. That's just how it is. I'm not an expert on playing it. I haven't played that much. So, feel free to leave some comments if you think that there were some alternate plays or, you know, face smack moments. What are those called? They're not face smack moments. Whatever. We're gonna play this, just leave up a lightning bolt in case we need it. Okay, maybe a Goblin Guide is coming at us. Seems ever more likely. Okay, I am just gonna bolt this. On turn 2, it can even be difficult to bolt it if they have 2 non-creature spells. Okay, I like gaining life. So I think I'm just gonna fetch for a forest here. And Scavenging Ooze. And away we go. This might actually take a bolt from them, which I would enjoy. I would not enjoy if they dealt 3 damage to it and 3 damage to me. Thank God that did not happen. Alright, so I think I'm going to Liliana toss Dark Confidant and then Bloodbraid Elf next turn. Although I do love Dark Confidant, I just feel like we might be getting enough value already. This is also a very interesting choice. Really strong in cube. We see it in cubes all the time. But you typically don't see it in just your regular Naya burn decks, so pretty interesting. We'll see if it gets us. Now that I see this, this might not even be a Naya burn deck. This might just be red-white. Although they have Wooded Foothills to do the Naya thing. Ooh, Fatal Push. I do like that card. And a Lightning Helix. Alright. Killed my duder. So I think I'm just gonna minus and then Bloodbraid Elf and have my Fatal Push left over. Let's see what the dice give us. Oh, yes, baby. I'll take it. So this is kind of interesting because this quote-unquote kills this Goblin Guide. So I don't need to put this in range of getting killed by a bolt or anything. So I think I'm actually just going to do this. And even though he has haste creatures, I am going to get in at him. And Rift Bolt. All right. Okay. Let's discard. He comes at us. All right. Does he move it to one of these guys? Probably not. He knows how to play burn. Point at face. Alright. He's got no cards in hand, so I'm not going to just put him on a creature for no reason. Alright. That makes our Liliana a lot stronger, because now if he plays like an Eidolon or something, I can just get rid of it. No problem. So the Shrine of Burning Rage is about to burningly rage me very hard. So I think I might be priced into Liliana-ing and making him either do it immediately or it dies due to my ultimate. It's not that strong of an ultimate from Liliana of the Veil, but against burn, I feel like you're not going to get crazy value, you know? That's interesting. So if I Abrupt Decay it, then he pretty much has to do it right now. Then I'll be down to 2, which is not where I want to be. But I can't stop him from bringing me down to 2. Because he'll just sack it in response to the Liliana ultimate. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get back the Scavenging Ooze. Yes, please. Play Scavenging Ooze. If I plus this and he's got like a burn spell, then he has to choose between Shrine and playing the Shrine now or burn spell now. Okay, so oh man, how do I hold priority? If I hold priority, then I could Liliana plus and then in response Abrupt Decay this. Then he has to choose whether or not he wants to discard or blow up this Shrine of Burning Rage. That would be great. So I'm going to look this up for a second, and I'll be right back. Okay, so apparently in order to keep priority, I have to hold control. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm now pressing control, and I'll do each player discards a card. Then I'll Abrupt Decay on the Shrine of Burning Rage, and make him make some hard choices. Unless this is just a land, and then I have been way too fancy for no reason. Alright. Ow. See what if we got, yeah, okay, so we got a Rift Bolt. So I think we did play that completely correctly. Now we just hope that he doesn't top deck one of them good old burn spells. If he top deck a creature, then we can just block it. I don't want to attack because I don't want to block with the Scavenging Ooze in the case that that happens. So let's see what he gets. Hopefully another Shrine of Burning Rage. That I'd actually be okay with. And see what happens. Okay, yeah, exactly. That's what we want. Alright. Now we get to gain some life with the Ooze. So I'm pretty into this. Make him sacrifice. We could do the minus. Try to find an interesting creature. Yeah. So I only get these 2 options. I'll take the Scavenging Ooze because there's no way we are ever playing Dark Confidant. I'll just eat some random creatures here. Sure. Now this can block anything that he plays, so I will get in with the Bloodbraid Elf. And now as long as he doesn't Boros Charm, we get to live another day and then eat a few more creatures. Yeah, baby! Woo! So, we're playing against Burn, so the Kitchen Finks comes in for sure. Brutality comes in for sure. This allows us to kill a creature, gain 2 life, lose 2 life, and steal a burn spell. If you can do all of that for 2 mana, even if you're throwing away a few things, it really swings things towards you. So I'm a big fan. The Thoughtseizes, no Grim Lavamancer, I'm fine. We get to take out 3 Dark Confidants easy. That's an very, extremely easy choice. Other than that, I don't want to bring in Ancient Grudge just for this, the only artifact card they have. I think I will play Grim Lavamancer because it does kill like all their creatures, and Dark Confidant is just not what you want to be playing against a burn deck, I feel. Let's see what we see. So I feel like this isn't exciting, but we do get to Inquisition twice. that should slow them down a decent amount so that we can still play this Bloodbraid. I guess I'll keep it. It doesn't blow my hair back, but it's not that bad either. Goblin Guide? Alright. If he shows me a land, I'm happy. If he shows me a non-land, then I'm happy that I'm drawing a non-land. So. Terminate? I like that spell. So I think I'll just Bloodstained Mire for a swamp. Nothing too complicated. Play Inquisition. See what he's got. So we got another Goblin Guide. Boros Charm, Lightning Helix. So the card that does the most damage right now is definitely Boros Charm. Goblin Guide over multiple turns does more damage. But it can draw me through land pockets, so it's not the end of the world. I think because it does the most damage, I'll just take Boros Charm. Although if I take Lightning Bolt, then it's really interesting, because then if he wants to play Goblin Guide, then he can't play either one of these other spells, so it kind of stutters him on mana. And these all do pretty similar amounts of damage. So I think I'm actually going to take Lightning Bolt. That way if he wants to play Goblin Guide, then it's awkward for him unless he draws another 1-drop. I know that that was a weird play, but I think it makes sense. Yep, so he didn't want to play Goblin Guide because of exactly what I was talking about. So I'm pretty happy with how that all turned out. Get another Terminate. We are the Terminators, as they say. We'll Inquisition this guy. Yep, Boros Charm, I imagine. Yep. Okay, so we don't have a ton of life gain. That it's not something that I really care that much about. If I take Goblin Guide, he's just going to play one of these. If I take Lightning Helix, he'll probably play Goblin Guide. So the question is, am I afraid of Goblin Guide? Since I've got Terminates for them right now, probably not that worried about it. But just getting him to 1 spell a turn ain't so bad either. I think I will just take the Goblin Guide. Okay. Now I feel bad for taking the Goblin Guide. So this is kind of interesting because I want to play Overgrown Tomb. If I play Overgrown Tomb, then I can't Fatal Push and Terminate. So the question is, how afraid am I of a haste creature? I think the answer is not that afraid. I think I have to, have him not get the perfect draws here. So I'm just going to do this. And see what he comes up with. Yep. We're not terminating or fatal pushing this now because we want it to attack us first. So we get that land. In fact, because he knows we have terminates, he knows that we're going to terminate here. If I were him, I just wouldn't attack. Yeah, exactly. That was actually very astute of our opponent. Ooh, Liliana, that's a good card. Normally I'm so into just slamming Bloodbraid Elf in all circumstances, But this really does get stuff out of his hand that is nice. The thing is, if he really has that many spells in his hand, we are certainly dead. Might as well spin the wheel. Oh, I accidentally picked green on that. Let's see what we get. Okay, so now we get that discard anyway. So discard, deal 2 damage. And who knows, perhaps he has a Shrine of Burning Rage or something, so we're still alive. He discarded a Skullcrack. No, yeah. I'm just gonna keep this back because realistically, I'm more afraid of a haste creature at 6 life than I am of the need to get in 3 and bring him to 14. Alright. Are we dead? I feel extremely dead. And we're dead. So now we're on the play, which is much nicer. I think that this is just totally reasonable. I'm gonna run it back. I would love to play first. This is just not enough action. I want more action than that. Oh, that's too much action. If I just end up sitting on a Stomping Ground, it is gonna be bad. Once I get to 2 mana, then I've got Tarmogoyfs and Scavenging Oozes and stuff. Oh, that is so bad. This one's interesting. I would like your guys' opinion on this, but I just really want to actually play Magic, so I'm gonna mulligan it. I will keep that on top. Play Overgrown Tomb. No thanks. And away we go to our burn opponent. Who is, by the way, a lagger. I never noticed this before. Well, we already know that we're... That's unfortunate. No land value. So, what is Inquisition? See what he's got here. Deflecting Palm. Wow. I feel like we're not going to hit him with creatures that are that huge. And this just is not scary right now. It's not doing anything. So yeah, I'm not sure that I care about Deflecting Palm at all. I think I'm just going to take this Lightning Helix. Yeah. I'm just not going to worry about Deflecting Palm. By the time that he wants to Deflecting Palm, we'll already be in the stage of the game where we've got a Liliana ripping apart the hand and such, so I'm just not worried about it. Alright. That was a pretty good draw. Let's see if he gets us a land here. We also get to use this to decide if we want to draw what he reveals, but we draw it by default. So I will just search now that we know what's going on. And I'll get a Stomping Ground. I basically want as much green as possible in case we draw our Scavenging Ooze. Okay. So, if we Liliana, it is guaranteed to die. Pretty much, right? Because he's still got a Lightning Bolt. Oh, he still has the Deflecting Palm. I shouldn't have done that. But he's still got the Lightning Bolt Deflecting Palm. Maybe I'll write it down here. So, I could just Tarmogoyf because it blocks, you know? And then Liliana the turn after, because he'll need to like lightning bolt this Tarmogoyf and give me a creature in order for... Yeah, so I'll just Tarmogoyf because it gets the 2-for-1 on its own. He draws a land, so he's not coming at us too hard. Great. That is great. It's everything that I ever wanted. So, yeah. I guess I'll just Liliana. And now I get to pick one. This one definitely doesn't get any bigger. This one can get bigger. So I'll shrink that guy down. And our Tarmogoyf will just protect his fair lady. Getting some deck thinning going on here. This is interesting that our opponent is playing purely red-white. It doesn't really feel like a budget consideration because he's not playing... He's still playing a bunch of fetch lands and he's still playing a lot of expensive cards. He's not playing Vexing Devil, so I feel like he's not trying to save money. He's trying to brew. That was really interesting. I'm not sure why you do that end of turn, because you're just giving away this Monastery Swift Spear value, you know? So I think the choice here is really easy. I'm going to minus this because I really want to find a Scavenging Ooze. And if I don't, then I've already got the blockers required for these creatures. So I have no incentive whatsoever to play it any other way. Lightning Bolt's gone, so all we know about now is Deflecting Palm. Got Lightning Helix. He's drawn strong. Wow, he didn't come at me there. I really expected him to. Because there's a decent amount of cards that can tie up our mana and make it so we have hard choices next turn, I'm just going to Abrupt Decay now. Because we've got 4/4 drops, we've got all the Scavenging Oozes where we would just want to have the mana, so I think this is the right choice. Alright, I'm just going to minus this because we really need a Scavenging Ooze. Yes, that's the dream. So this is interesting. If I play the Scavenging Ooze, yeah, I'll just play it straight. Then we'll filter some mana through. We'll eat a Goblin Guide. And eat... Didn't another creature die at some point? Well, I guess we just don't get to eat as much as I wanted us to. Well, we're floating the mana, so we might as well eat something. I'm just going to keep this in my hand because I don't think he's gonna believe that anything else is going on here. This is interesting. I need to get this game over with. I've got blockers that can block these all day, so I'm actually going to attack. If he draws a haste creature, you know, that's just the top of the deck showing us what Magic is all about. Oh right, the Deflecting Palm. Well, this was a mistake. Totally forgot about that stupid thing. And now we're just dead. That was a huge mistake. Well, let's see what would have happened if we didn't do that. We would have been able to take it out at some point, flood it out a little bit. I think our chances of winning that game were pretty much 0. But did we make a mistake? Yes. Okay, here we are back again after losing to Burn. That's a thing that happens, you know. So we're going to keep this. It's pretty easy to keep. We got things to do. We got lands and spells. I feel Grixis. There's just been a lot of Grixis going on these days. Alright. Yeah, so Grixis Death Shadow. Let's see how it goes. We've got an answer to 1 Death Shadow. Okay, Thoughtseize. Yep, you got it. He's probably just going to take the Fatal Push. It doesn't bother him, he wants to take damage anyway. What? Wow. Wow. I don't even know what to say. Oh my god. That is crazy. So, I feel like our deck is pretty good against Grixis Death Shadow. There's really nothing that this is going to be picking off. Probably one of the cards that excites me the least. I like to just gum up the ground. Probably fine. Alright, our opponent, I'm not... Okay, so we are playing another game. He's going to play first. I'm going to keep this. I can kill 2 Death Shadows, or a Death Shadow and a Tasigur or whatever, so... Sure, why not? Alright. So we'll just play Raging Ravine and send it back. He takes a look at himself or us, I don't know. Oh, he targeted himself. I don't see any reason to target yourself there because he didn't have the ability to shuffle away. Unless he's got a Thought Scour in hand, so I think he should have looked at the top of our deck. Yeah, I don't know why he's targeting himself. This is weird. Kind of weird. Okay, that made a little more sense. The previous Mishra Bauble, I guess if he had the Street Wraith, I don't know. Okay. Maybe it did make sense. The wheels are really turning now. This is a Tassiger or something. I wouldn't be surprised. Gurmag Angler, yep. That is fine with me. So, this might not be super clear, so I'm going to explain for a second. So, I can terminate this, but I don't want them to untap because they have Stubborn Denial. So, I'm going to do it on my turn. And pass things back. Yep, Snapcaster Serum Visions. Alright, we got all the Bloodbraid Elves, and apparently that's what made him quit our last game, so that's probably a good thing. I'll just play Tarmogoyf. There's no rush to kill this Snapcaster Mage. Wow, no fear. He hasn't seen my hand, and he hasn't looked at my library. I could just have 2 bolts. I'm playing Jund. But anyway, if this is just one... Okay, there's Fatal Push, that's fine. If he's just got one Death Shadow, that would not scare me at all. Because Abrupt Decay is a good answer to that card. So we've got all the like land fixing that we could ever need. So I'm just going to get a swamp. Then Bloodbraid Elf. And let's spin the wheel. That's a good card. This is maybe my favorite Bloodbraid Elf spin. Yep, he quits. Okay, so welcome to another game of Magic. Now, if I really believed my opponent, he would be playing Jeskai Geist. If that were the case, Liliana the Veil would be pretty darn good. But you know what? It wouldn't be good enough to beat that deck on its own. So, get a mulligan. This is better. This is a hand that people play. Oh my god. So the question is, do I believe this? Also, this is just a good card. Yeah. I mean, if he likes playing blue that much, we're probably not going to be dead before we can play some of these, so. Let's see what happens. It is funny, though. Does he disappoint us with his land drop, or does he, Well, that's not just guy. See what he's up to. Okay. These are all pretty same, so take any one of them you want. Bloodbraid, alright. Alright. Pass it on back to our buddy here. I've been enjoying seeing this card cast in Modern. I'm not sure if it's good enough for Modern or not. I think it is. I think it's worse than Serum Visions. It's one of those things where like you play 4 Serum Visions, and then you decide how many ops you want, if any. Definitely a sweet card. So I'll go ahead and fetch, and we'll get, where is this guy? Blood Crypt. I'll be okay on spending life. We'll just play Cliffs. Why not? Now I imagine our opponent is not going to tap out when he knows that I have a Planeswalker in hand. So we'll see what happens here on his turn. Wow, he's got Opt, Serum Visions, and Thought Scour. That's intense. Okay. So I'm surprised because... Oh, I see what's happening. He knew that we had this, so he's like, oh, I'll just take it. But now we still get a Planeswalker. Which is sweet. That's pretty sweet. He's playing red, so if we plus, then he still gets to kill Liliana with a Snapcaster and a Bolt. And then if we minus, then he gets to kill it with a Bolt anyway, so it's all the same. So I'll just Liliana. We'll minus. We'll see if he has the Bolt. I could have Kolaghan command, kill it, get back Bloodbraid Elf. That would be pretty cool too. But we've got that play in the future. Man, no fear. He has to have Death Shadow. He milled one. And he milled the Lightning Bolt. Man, those would have both been good right now. See what he does. Is this just a Death Shadow? Angler. Okay. And the Death Shadow. Well, that's a lot of power. Have to admit that stresses me out a little bit. And his Death Shadow is effectively a 7/7 because he can control its size here. Okay, well this is an easy choice. We're definitely discarding this Blooming Marsh. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to Kolaghan's command. We're going to make him discard one, and then we're going to get back this Bloodbraid Elf. So, yeah. And then hopefully his last card isn't Stubborn Denial. That would make me sad. And we'd actually probably just lose. But, we'll see. Yes! Oh, his last was a Snapcaster Mage, so I'm plenty happy that things went as they went. We're going to lose this Liliana. That's just a fact of life. It did some things. Oh man, I wish you had just drawn a land. You know? Alright. Well, we're in rough shape. Yeah, we're just dead. Alright. So before sideboarding, I would like to point out the dishonesty involved there. He called himself Jeskai Geist, and then he didn't play Jeskai Geist. It's just rude. In more serious discussions, the Last Hope can't kill anything but Snapcaster Mage. Kolaghan's command is okay if you really want the value or whatever. Thoughtseize can take away some of the important cards before they get on the battlefield. I guess I'll just put in a Thoughtseize. Alright, I'll play first, sure. Okay. I like this hand. Keep. Raging Ravine, pass. That is a turn 1 play, by the way. Very good card. We'll see what our buddy gets up to. Thoughtseize probably, I guess. Ooh, Seer Visions. Alright. Okie doke, what do we get? Dark Confidant. Now that there is a card that I like. The other thing that I like about this is that it makes it more likely that Lily lands, because he has to choose. If he has removal and like a Thoughtseize type effect, then unless that removal is Fatal Push, then he has to choose. Do I want to kill the Dark Confidant, or do I want to take the Lily? Like he has to decide whether or not he wants to Thoughtseize while this is on the field anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it makes us more likely to get the Liliana out. Alright, he Thoughtseizes. Please don't also have the push. Please don't also have the push. He's writing it down. Or it's a hard decision. I think it's pretty easy, yeah. Don't also have the push. Come on, buddy! Buddy! Oh no, I'm about to be very sad. Oh, come on, buddy. Buddy, oh, okay. You know what, it doesn't even... Why would it even matter? That's what we're learning today. Nothing matters. So... I guess I'll get Overgrown Tomb. Just because I want a little bit more green. All of our stuff has green. Yep. Well, plus, it does just strictly hurt both of us. I think I just want both of my removal spells. Goodbye, sweet prince. I'd like him to double Death Shadow, that way I can Maelstrom Pulse. There's no way that he's going to do that since he's already seen it in my hand, but I'd like that kind of play. The off-color fetch, I don't understand. Because you've already got, between 3 colors, you've got multiple fetches that... You've already got like enough fetches that can get all those things, you know what I mean? Unless he's already running all those 12 fetches already. Okay, so this turn is pretty scripted. We just Abrupt Decay Death Shadow, and then we minus Liliana. This can't be countered, so even if he has Stubborn Denial or whatever, it's not relevant. And we move on. I guess he could be running more than 12 fetches. which would explain the Misty. And he plays something. All right. Okay, so this is kind of interesting because if he goes pretty low on his own, then you can always just steal the game from him. But really, I don't think that's that important. I'd rather just have the Terminate so that I can kill big creatures. So I'm just going to discard the Lightning Bolt. And pass the turn. That's the exciting game of Magic that we're playing right now. He's thinning the deck. Actually, I'll turn off auto yields here. Wow! Battle of the Lilianas. That is actually really strong. I don't think I like that. What did he take back? Snapcaster Mage, right, okay. So, I will just plus this guy. I'll toss out the Fatal Push because Terminate kills everything that a Fatal Push would. I assume he might Snapcaster Thoughtseize or Snapcaster... Yeah. Snapcaster Thoughtseize seems like something that might happen here. He holds on to it. I would like to draw land, actually. You know, I like that even more. Because now we get to deal 2 damage, have him discard a card, then have him discard a card. And we also discard Terminate, but... I mean, I could also deal 2 damage, return Dark Confidant, play Dark Confidant, and then just, I don't know if we would, because he's got the Lightning Bolt right here, so we know that he can kill Dark Confidant, and he can kill Tarmogoyf. So I guess we kill discard and then make him discard, and then I've got a Planeswalker, he doesn't have a Planeswalker, so that's probably better for us. He'll end up with a Snapcaster on the battlefield. Right. Because when we make him discard, instead, he's just going to play it. So, what we should do is just return... We'll damage this and take our Dark Confidant. That way when he plays... Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, so I'll take back Dark Confidant. I'll do this. I'll pay. Because Liliana would just die to him flashing it down, bolting it, and then attacking it. And then he would have a Snapcaster and we wouldn't have anything. So, this is better. I'm actually surprised that he has Leak. That's not something that you see that often. Yes, I would love to redirect that damage. So now our opponent... I don't know. Does he just bring it down? Yeah. He just wants to kill the Liliana now. So basically, I just want to have this Dark Confidant live. I don't want him to draw removal, like, right away. The top of his deck has to treat him slightly badly for, you know, a turn or two here. Alright, please let it live. Please let it live. Yep. Oh, yes. I like drawing 2 cards a turn. I'm such a big fan of that. So, if he could have killed the Dark Confidant, he would have killed the Dark Confidant, in my opinion. I just want to get out the Scavenging Ooze because I think it's great. I think this card is going to be amazing. This does make this lose. I'll lose if he Snapcasters, but I've got another one in hand. I've already got a sweet Scavenging Ooze in play. There's so many creatures in the graveyards. I'm just gonna do this end of turn, just to give him the least, smallest window possible with the Snapcaster Mage. I'm on the edge of my seat. What does he do? Okay. So, when it enters the field, target instant or sorcery gains flashback until end of turn. So basically, he's got 2 fatal pushes, so I can't keep him off of the fatal pushes. My question is this like a targeted trigger that I get to respond to? I think I can't stop him from casting these. Can I? So if I like look at this fatal push, can I like pull it out to look at it? It doesn't. Okay, my understanding is the flashback is not yet on the fatal push. So if I eat this now, he doesn't get it. Yeah. Just making sure I understood that interaction properly. We're taking the 2 because our Scavenging Ooze is awesome. And then we'll play the Blooming Marsh. And I guess I just start eating things. I'll eat. You know, there's no rush to eat. Unless I want to attack with this. Oh, you know what? Yeah. If I attack with this, he has to block one of the two, because he would just die. He'll probably just block Dark Confidant, which is not something that I want to lose yet anyway. So I think we'll just drag this out a little bit. My question is, do I want a Tarmogoyf or not? I think the answer is yes, because it's a lethal attacker. So I'll only get one Scavenging Ooze activation this turn, but I think that's fine. Alright, at the end step, we'll eat a creature. Gain a life. Well, that does make me sad. I think I still gain the life anyway, yeah. Alright. Alright, and we got the leaf. We ground him out. So, we're playing against this again. Really grindy. We didn't see any Bloodbraid Elves to help us with that grind. I just feel like this is a pretty good configuration. He has a lot of stuff going on with the graveyard, so I could see just bringing this in just to try to mise a little bit. Question is, what would we take out for it? I don't know. Lightning Bolt is good against his Planeswalkers. Fatal Push is good against all of his, like... Death Shadow and such. I just don't think Nihil Spellbomb is better than Thoughtseize, so... Onwards and upwards. This hand looks fine. See if we get Inquisitioned or Thoughtseized before we get our sweet stuff out. Likelihood's pretty high. Ooh, did he do the no lander with multiple street raids? We'll never know. Inquisition our buddy. Yeah, buddy. Is he gonna counter it? This is a stubborn denial. That is totally fine with me. Now it doesn't get used on Liliana. And we're just going to cast another Inquisition next turn anyway. They usually don't have a bunch of crazy 2-drops that I'd be afraid of, so... Alright. So because I want to get to 4 pretty uninterrupted, I'm gonna actually play this Raging Ravine with the complete knowledge that this could be Stubborn Denialed. If he gets Stubborn Denialed though, like, at some point, yeah. Like, that makes me feel like this Lily's gonna happen, because he's already used 2 counterspells. You know what I'm saying? I do fully understand that he also had a mana leak in his graveyard last turn, though. Alright, well, we are going to Liliana this turn. If we get another counter, counters don't work well against Bloodbraid Elf because Cascade happens anyway. Wow. Okay. Am I a little triggered? Yes, I am a little bit triggered, but whatever, dude. Whatever. That was quite the sequence. I don't think I've been stubborn enough 3 turns in a row before. You just gotta ask, what's the probability that he still has it? Anyway, the nice thing about Cascade is it happens regardless of counterspells, so we are getting something next turn. That's a card I like. Oh. Bloodbraid Elf? Sure. Are we mana leaking this? That's what's happening to me? Wow. That is totally unbelievable. I'll still accept it though. Wow. So our goal next turn is just to lightning bolt this, minus Liliana on the Death Shadow. Hope he doesn't draw anything crazy relevant here. He's got a swamp in hand. He's probably not going to play it because I've got this Liliana. If he's doing the thinking, the braining. Alright, something's happening. Please not a creature. I actually don't know what I would be okay with him casting right now. Yeah, see, I'm not okay with that. Alright, well. Huh. Okay. I'm now feeling quite a bit better. So we're going to Fatal Push. He's got no cards in hand, so we're going to do it now. Fatal Push here. Then we're going to Lightning Bolt the Snapcaster Mage, and then we're going to minus the Liliana on the Tassiger. Love to pay 2 life. Now I would appreciate it if he didn't like top deck a Kolaghan's command. That would just make me very sad. I do not want that to happen. Alright, non-land card of our choice, huh? So if I give him Stubborn Denial, it can become a straight-up counterspell. If I give him Mana Leak, we can always play around it. If I give him Thought Scour, it's just basically giving him a random card from his own deck, and we don't know what it is. Hopefully Liliana can stop this Stubborn Denial from becoming a real thing. We've got a lot of smaller spells, so Mana Leak feels like it could be pretty safe. And we've got a Liliana in play, so counterspells lose their strength pretty quickly as long as he doesn't top deck, you know, a creature. With that thought in mind, I'll give him Stubborn Denial and then just hope that we are going to rip it out with Liliana, you know, at some point. Alright. No crazy top decker, please. Oh, God. Stop. Stop. Oh, come on. I am now triggered. Fully triggered. Well, that's a pretty good card. Alright. Take our Stubborn Denial back out of there. I guess we don't use it quite yet because we want him to not be able to top deck a Snapcaster Mage and then kill this and then just kill us. It is pretty darn frustrating, though, that we're going to lose this Liliana because we have to minus it. Okay. Oh, God. This guy he can't stop it. His top decks are infinite. And we'll get rid of another one, whatever. Alright. All I ask... Oh, wait. How'd it get bigger? Oh, the Street Wraith was perfect. Because it made him lose 2 life, so it was just big enough to kill us, and then he drew into what he needed to kill us. Alright, unbelievable. Alright, he got us. Alright, this is 100% a hand that you keep. What is game 4 looking like? This is going to be like a search for tomorrow? A Birds of Paradise. They do say to bolt the bird, don't they? That's a thing that they say? I will follow the sage advice of my ancestors. Let's see what he's up to. Bird could really mean almost anything as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Find it interesting. Oh, okay. The jig is up. We're doing infinite combos. So we are in a kind of gross situation because if the other thing to give him infinite mana costs 3. So we are already in a situation where we cannot allow us to not have the ability to kill creatures. So I think I'm priced into playing either this Blackcleave Cliffs or this Bloodstained Mire. Depends on whether or not I'm super excited to get green. And I'm not that excited to get green, so I'll just pass here. All right. Wow. This is like, here's my infinite combo. No searching required. Just in my hand, buddy. Oh my god. If he just plays another Devoted Druid afterwards, we're dead. Well, no, because it'll have Summoning Sickness, but still, that would be absurd. However, we don't have to worry about that. We're actually in a really sweet position. I wouldn't trade anything for this position, because what we get to do is play Liliana and boop the Vizier. Yeah, I'll grab Overgrown Tomb. There we go. So he could still go infinite next turn by just collected companying and just happening to hit both of them. They would have Summoning Sickness, so we'd still have the Liliana there to break it up, but It's always amazing to me how resilient these creature combo decks are because of Court of Calling and Collected Company, and then just being lucky sometimes, you know? Alright. Bloodbraid Elf. I do like that card. I kind of want to take a peek in his hand, because he is playing an infinite combo deck. So taking a peek in the hand is something that you kind of want to do. Yeah. So now he's going to Company, or he's going to Chord? Yep. Wow. I actually didn't expect that card. So now we can Inquisition him, see what he's up to. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm glad that I did that. And then Raging Ravine, just Abrupt Decay this now. Nope, that's not the right color. And then next turn we get to Bloodbraid Elf. Everyone likes to Bloodbraid Elf. We get a free kill on the birds. Or in this case, the Elvish Mystic, since it actually has power. Alright, so yeah, I'll just Bloodbraid Elf now. See what the dice rolls. The other Liliana, I'd take it. Okay, a bolt. Yeah, that's fine. I'll bolt this elemental. And then I'll boot this mystic. Let's play the Catacombs. Then I'll get in there. This is sort of the definition of Junded them out, just killing all the things and getting a few 2-for-1s and calling that good. Collected Company could get him back into this pretty easily. Good card. We'll hold on to this bolt since it can break up their combo. So if I fetch, then I can use Raging Ravine. And there's no one card that they can pull that will just kill us immediately, so yeah. I'll just grab Stomping Ground. Red, green. Then we will get in. And then they have to give us some interaction or else they die next turn. All right. Well, that was awesome. Killing creatures is something that this deck is very good at. Got a lot of combo. You're supposed to always bring in Thoughtseize against combo. Collective Brutality. They're really a creatures and spells deck, you know, so... And this kills most of the creatures, so... I like both of those, hypothetically. The question is, what would we bring out in order to bring those in? I like our Lilianas overall. This deck is kind of just set for doing the sort of playing against their game plan. The oozes are even stopping all the witnesses and all that nonsense. You know what? I'm just not going to bring in these sorcery removal spells when we've got so many good instants. And all of their combo is just creatures, so for the most part. So just having this fatal... You know what? I'm just going to run it back. This is just a good deck against, you know, creature combo, so I'll just keep it as it is. If I get spooked, I can always change it. So we know they're a combo deck, because I love this hand because I get to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So against an unknown opponent, I would be so overjoyed to keep this hand. The question is it good enough when you know your opponent is playing combo? I think I'm going to keep it. We've got tons of draws that are just removal spells and stuff that we can hold up and keep going strong. Yeah, there we go. That's a removal spell. A little bit of a slow one. See what happens. Alright, there's one half the combo, so I am now very afeared. Okay, I'm into this. Very into this. So let's see if we can pull the other half out. Please tell me that I get to get rid of the other half. So, run. Wow, super interesting. Knight is actually a really powerful card. We do have the answer in Maelstrom Pulse. We just need to think about this a little bit. If we take the Knight, the next turn they're almost certainly going to play Thrun. If we take Eternal Witness, they might just play the Knight, because it's such a good card. And we can Maelstrom Pulse it. It's kind of tricky. I guess I'll just take the Eternal Witness. When in doubt, take the Eternal Witness, just like when in doubt, you take the Snapcaster Mage. Looks like maybe the Thrun then. Okay. Thrun's big boy. Okay. If I Liliana, it's just trading it for Thrun. Doesn't excite me. But does kill a bird. So it kind of just slows down the game a little bit. If I play Terminate or Maelstrom Pulse requires me to fetch, because I've got this slow land. I have to fetch no matter what I do unless I do Scavenging Ooze. They've got still the Knight and the Selfless Spirit. I do want the Liliana on hand for the Selfless Spirit. So I think I might just Ooze, because it's not like these cards are doing anything. And they're pretty interchangeable as far as getting out Knight. So yeah, I think I'm just going to Ooze, even though that's kind of weird. I considered taking the Thrun earlier. We'll see if I regret that. Of course, he could have always just brought it back with the Ewit, which is why you always take Ewit. Spirit? Okay. Wow. Well, the value town has certainly arrived. We could Liliana plus and then push. No, we can't do that because we have so much red-green mana. I could just Bloodbraid Elf and spin the wheel. He's starting to have a lot going on. He's only got one card left and we know it's Night. So if we kill one of these guys, then he doesn't get to use Gavany Township next turn. In fact, it has to be this one, because this one gets to make 2 mana if he really wants to. So if we kill this, then we can have a Maelstrom Pulse, in which case the question is, what do we want a Maelstrom Pulse? And I think the answer is the Duskwatch Recruiter. This also keeps him further away from his combo, so that's also a good reason to do what we're doing. I know he doesn't have an instant. He can, of course, sack the Selfless Spirit. Yeah, that's a total sham because we know he has Knight of the Reliquary. He could have made another mana and then activated Duskwatch. I think there was a mistake. So, yeah, we'll just get Swamp. Then we'll Maelstrom Pulse at Duskwatch. Then hopefully things don't spiral too out of control. Not giving up my beautiful ooze. Alright, we take our spanking. I'm surprised he didn't attack with Selfless Spirit, honestly. Is he doing the Knight? Yeah, he's doing the Knight. Which is kind of nice in my opinion, because now I don't have to deal with the Gavany Township activation. So now we get to Liliana and Terminate. So we get to Liliana, kill this, Terminate, kill that, lose Liliana to Thrun, then start Scavenging Ooze and eating stuff. That doesn't sound bad. Oh, God. I did that in the opposite direction because I should have Liliana'd and plussed on this so he wouldn't have... So he would have to choose to activate it. Of course, he should have just activated and saved the Knight, maybe. Anyway. Whatever. I don't know why this just went bananas. Okay. That is a weird bug. Since we are not blocking with this... Oh, crap. Since we're not blocking with this, we are going to attack with it. And we are going to lose our Liliana and feel very sad. Alright, it's indestructible. The indestructible bird of paradise. I like it. So now we just have to try to beat Gavany Township is basically the name of the game here. Alright. What do we draw? That's pretty good. Well, time to spin the wheel. Liliana? Yes, please. Okay, so this is kind of interesting because after minusing Liliana, this is a way to destroy Thrun. The question is, what is our loss to accomplish that? Because what we need to do is we need to block next turn, then plus Liliana, and then minus. That's not a huge sacrifice. Yeah. So I'm just going to attack and assume that he won't draw a removal spell. They don't have that many. So what do I not want him to get back with an E-Witness? I suppose probably Recruiter or Knight of the Reliquary. Probably Knight is more... Oh, he doesn't actually have that many lands in the graveyard. Or is this all graveyards? Even if it's all graveyards, it's not that huge. So I guess we'll just eat the Duskwatch Recruiter since that would give him the most value. And onwards. I don't think there's any good reason to play that township. Not to criticize my opponents and all that jazz, but just for your own knowledge as you're playing. Having a random card in hand, I think, is more of a fear thing. At least before the attack. Then he could play it because he's going to discard it to Liliana anyway. Anyway, whatever. It's not important. Very minor. Alright, so this is pretty clear. We're just gonna lightning bolt his face. It's not entirely clear because we could Raging Ravine, but we're just gonna lightning bolt his face. Then play Tarmogoyf plus Liliana. And then hope that he doesn't draw a creature. Which... it does make this plan a little bit sketchy, don't it? That being said, if he just attacks Liliana, we can just crack back with Raging Ravine and kill him. So... yeah, I guess I'm gonna do this now. I don't want him to Eternal Witness and then bring back Selfless Spirit and play that type thing. Or Eternal Witness, bring back, yeah. Can he E-Wit, bring back E-Wit? No, he can't. I guess this. I don't know why it's doing that crazy window reshuffling thing. Alrighty. Sweet! So we are now 2-2.